welcome. So I'm going to run you through a quick sort of 6-7 minute little flow that's perfect to slot in at the end of a strong yoga practice or a run or some exercise. We'll work on stretching the whole body, specifically the hips and the hamstrings. So really good if you're a cyclist or a runner. Really important to stretch out those muscles. So we're going to start in a forward fold. So we want to make sure that the weight is forward in the feet so that it allows the tailbone to lift up. So just experiment with that. So just dipping forward and back off the heels, feeling that kind of lengthening out the back of the legs. Keep the shoulders relaxed. And then we can bend the legs as much as we need to. We're going to take the 2 front fingers and wrap them over the big toes. Let the elbows come out to the side. Again, bend the legs if you need. We can rest the chest almost onto the thighs and pull down on the toes. Really imagine like your whole spine is lengthening as we release the head down. Bring the weight forward into the feet and let the tailbone come up. Let the elbows come out to the side. Big inhale here. Big exhale. Squeezing further down. Really pull on those toes. Push the toes down into the fingers as well. Good. We'll release that bind and we'll come up halfway on an inhale. Hands can rest on the shins or on the mat. Big inhale. Exhale, we're going to step the right foot back as far back as we can. Drop that knee down and then inhale. Sweep the arms up. Check in that this knee is directly over the ankle. If it's overextending, walk that foot forward. Give yourself more space to really sink into the hips, and you'll feel this in the hip flexors here. Big inhale. We're going to let this left hand just drop to the side, and we're going to slightly bend to the left, all the while allowing the hips to really sink, so we really feel this in the right hip flexor now. Big inhale. Big exhale. Release the hips. Good. Come back up to a low lunge. Exhale, both hands down, and we're going to push the hips back, let the toes float up, coming into a hamstring stretch. Good, so we want the hips to be level, so we want the left hip pushing back, right hip pushing forward, toes flexing up, chest pushing down towards the thighs, relaxing the shoulders. So we're going to come into a little flow, working with the hips and the hamstrings for this side. So as we inhale, we come forward, sweep the arms up, exhale, put the hands down, push the hips back, forehead down. Big inhale, forward, we can use the hands on the mat to support us in our balance. Exhale back. Good. One more time. Really deep, full breaths. Big inhale. Sweep the arms up, lean the chest back. Exhale, hands down. Good. This time we're going to tuck the toes of this back leg. Inhale, step forward, back to a half flat back at the top of the mat. Really good. Exhale, come into a forward fold again, just staying here. This time we're going to interlace the hands behind the back and release the shoulders, so have the arms straight. Try and get the palms together, or the fingers can be just together, but aiming to join the heels of the hands together, letting the arms straighten and letting the hands release over the head. And again, keeping the weight forward in the feet, tailbone lifting. Big inhale. Big exhale, releasing deeper. Good. And then we can release the hands. Bend the legs as much as we need to, and then we're going to step this left foot all the way back, as far back as we can. And then big inhale, sweep the arms up. So just check in that the feet are hip width apart. We don't want them on the same line because then it will be hard for us to balance. So rearrange yourself, walk out that front foot a bit more, really sink the hips down. We're going to exhale, release the right hand down, and bend very slightly to the right. Maybe the right fingertips can find the mat. Really feeling it in that left hip flexor. Big inhale. Big exhale. Good. Inhale, coming back up. Exhale, dropping both hands down, and we're going to push the hips back, let the toes float upwards. We want to push the right hip back and push the left hip forward, squaring off the hips. Allow the chest to melt down towards the thighs. Keep the shoulders away from the ears. Good, one more big breath. And then we're going to do that flow with our breath. So you can move in your own time as well with your own breath, all the while breathing through the nose. So as we inhale, come forward. Sweep the hands up, filling up the lungs. Exhale, back. So again, using the hands to help you. Inhale, forward. Good. Exhale, back. So this is working the hips and hamstrings. One more time, inhale, forward. Good. Exhale, back. Really good. And this time we come inhale, forward, tuck the toes of this back leg, step forward to half flat back. Big inhale, draw the shoulders away from the ears and exhale. This time we're going to hold on to each elbow with the opposite hand and really release the upper body here. Let the shoulders come out of their sockets, maybe swaying side to side feels good. Big deep breaths. Good, and then we'll place the hands on the mat. We'll heel toe the feet out, at least the width of the mat with the toes facing outwards. We'll sink the hips down, moving side to side, using our hands to help us. Either staying here with the hands supporting the hips, or if you can, we can release the hips a bit deeper, use the elbows to push the knees apart and join the palms to center. Draw the shoulders away from the ears, gently tuck the chin. Big deep breath here. And exhale. Good. Beginning to ground ourselves, drawing our energy in, slowing our breath down. One more big breath. And exhale. Good. We can place the hands on the mat, have one hand behind us as well, just to help us come all the way down. Drawing the legs in, feet together, knees apart, coming into butterfly. We'll just work with the inner hips for a moment. Hold on to the ankles, push the chest open and up. As we exhale, we're going to fold forward. So we can use the elbows on the knees to kind of push the knees down and give us more space. And we can allow these feet to come forward as well, give us space. We don't need to be so tight and close up. So give ourselves space to come into this forward fold. And we can either keep the elbows pushing down on the knees, keep the spine quite straight, or if you want, you can bring the feet, maybe cupping the hands with the feet, or bring the hands out wide and melt all the way down, aiming to get the forehead towards in between the feet. Big inhale. And wherever you are along this journey is perfect. Exhale, melting a bit deeper. Good, and then gently coming up. And we'll just do my last stretch, my favorite one. So bringing the hips forward, make sure you've got room behind you. We're going to roll very gently down. Going to just do a spinal twist, such a nice way to release and end the practice of movement. So we're going to inhale, leg up, and wrap it around the left. Arms in cactus, palms facing up, big inhale. And then exhale, just let both legs fall over to the left. And we can look gently over the right shoulder. Big inhale here, we can close down the eyes. As we exhale, notice any areas of tension, maybe in the calves or in the shoulders, just let them go. As you feel your body melting deeper into this stretch. And really surrendering into the twist. One more big deep breath. And then engaging the core, we can bring the legs back up to center. Place the right foot on the mat. Big inhale, lifting up the left, and wrapping it around. Big inhale again, and as we exhale, releasing both of the legs to the right, looking over the left shoulder. Big inhale. As we exhale, releasing, melting away any tension. Feel the legs so heavy, and letting gravity take them around. Trying to keep the left shoulder on the mat, looking over the left shoulder. One more big breath. Big exhale, release any tension. Good. Use the core to help bring the legs back up to center. We'll unwrap the left leg, hug the knees in, wrap the arms around, squeeze, maybe rock side to side. Good. Any other movement here that you think would feel good, you're welcome to. Otherwise, we can Roll gently up and down the back, landing in a seated position. Take a moment to give thanks to yourself for moving your body and giving yourself proper stretch and a cool down. Thank you for joining me.